Now we have Shweta in the call, and Shweta would like to talk about what's new and planned for the Dynamic 365 field service for the release Wave 1 in 2025. So over to you, Shweta.
Thanks a lot, Ambesh. First of all, welcome everyone to the Power Collab March edition. And I am back again with a topic similar to what I covered last time, which is Dynamics 365 Field Service Release Wave 1 updates. So I covered a part of this in my previous video, the February edition, and the remaining part I would be covering in this video. The major focus area for the release wave 1 is divided into two sections. The first is to boost the technician productivity, which I've already covered in my previous video. The link for the previous video would be provided in the description and you can go and check it out. It is also accompanied with a demo because both these features were in public preview. So it will help you understand them better. And in this session, I would be covering the second focus area of this release, which is to optimize resource scheduling. So the optimized resource scheduling is divided into two features that they are releasing for this particular wave. First one is to improve schedule board usability and performance, which is planned for GA in April 25, and to improve schedule assistance matching across locations. So this is a very interesting one, which is planned for GA in May 2025. So let's pick up each of these and see what new are they bringing to the table this time. Starting with the first one, which is improve schedule board usability and performance. Now there has been an MS update on this particular topic. There were some schedule board updates which were released as a part of 2024 release wave 2, but there were some issues reported on that release. And that's why they have temporarily disabled the updated board. They are still analyzing the issues and they said that the MS update says that they are committed towards releasing this particular feature, but the timeline is not yet declared. So I'm not sure if this particular feature would be available in GA in April 25. Also, one note, if you have a version which is 3.12.144.84, then it will be remotely disabled. And if you have any prior versions of your schedule board, there will be no impact of these updates on your using. So the timeline for this is not yet clear, but let's see what was actually planned. First was to improve the user experience, and this was achieved by shift from EXTJS to React, which is more responsive to provide more responsive UI. Second one was to improve the performance of your schedule board because if you've used schedule board often, you've seen that when you have a very high number of resources, the schedule board does take a lot of time to load. So they were planning to improve the performance by introducing efficient diffing algorithm and virtual DOM, which will enhance the loading time of the schedule board, even if there are like many resources and many requirements. The next update that was planned was to make it future-proof in terms of the web technology that your schedule board was using. So the maintenance is easy and the upgradability is also achieved. And the last one was some very frequently requested use cases were incorporated. For example, working days of the week selector, week numbers, ability to reorder the tabs per user, which was not available, day line visibility. These were some of the very common use cases that you will come across, and they would have been available in this particular release. So this was what was planned, and I hope that the issues are resolved with this schedule board and these features are released soon in the upcoming month. The next section is about improving schedule assistant matching across locations. So what is being released as a part of this feature is it focuses on time zone agnostic matching. Basically, when the dispatchers have to schedule a job, what is being compared is the technician's local working time versus the job's local working time. For example, I've also given an example for better understanding because it's not available on Microsoft documentation. is, for example, I have a technician who's working in EST time zone, who's working from 9 to 5. And then there is a job which needs to be completed in CET zone from 9 to 5. Then the schedule assistant will match this resource and this requirement. This is called as time zone agnostic matching. But this is only going to help in case you have a remote job and you have a job which is, asynchronously performed. So you don't need any real time availability when you're performing this job. So only in this cases, the time zone agnostic matching will work. And the common use cases where this could be used is like when you have remote IT development teams or when you have global support teams, where you raise your tickets and they try to respond to you. Order processing and logistic coordination so that this works round the clock across the globe. So these are the common use cases where this time zone agnostic matching could be helpful. What benefits does this provide? Does this feature provide? It removes the time zone complexity. Yeah, you don't need to convert and then try to match the requirement with the resource. And of course, expands your staffing option. Yeah, because you are now able to staff your resources more efficiently. So these are the benefits that this feature would provide, and this feature is being released in May 25. So I can't wait to try this feature out and maybe share another video, a demo this time demonstrating how this feature actually works. But for now, that's it. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop into the comments. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Shweta, for the wonderful insight.